Hey, hi, hello guys. I'm just bringing up the another session on the Nutanix. Um, it talks about on the title Nutanix Community Edition installer, but that would be remains the same as my kind of a headline and the title. Today, just bringing you the quick, the actual the core architecture on the Nutanix. What does the different key components in the diagram talks about, which is representing the actual the networking as well as the kind of the control of which machines diagrams, how they are interconnecting in the networking layer. So the key components includes in the diagrams are the AHV, which is our Acropolis operating system, the base KVM based hypervisor that runs on each Nutanix node. Second one is the two is the controller VM, which is called, we will say, as a CVM. Okay, so this CVM runs the Nutanix services such as storage, cluster management, etc., and needs at least two NICs, what is the ETH0 and ETH1. The CVM provides the storage and the cluster functionality to the HV and the user VMs. And here the user VMs, which is having the ETH0, and they are connecting to the bridge. Okay, so these are the workloads that you run on the HV, like the user VMs, which we can able to run on the HV, and each has the ETH0 that connects into the open virtual switch. So this switch will be created during the Nutanix build during the foundation process. The virtual networking layer inside the HV. Okay, this is called as it's kind of an inbuilt open virtual switch which will be built inside the bare metal HV boxes. So the virtual networking layer inside the HV provides the connectivity on the CVM, user VMs, and physical NICs. So this open virtual switch will provides the connectivity to the controller VMs, as you say, like the ETH0 that is connected to the open virtual switch, and open virtual switch is connected to the ETH0 on the user VM V1 with a tag tap 0, and then with a bridge up 0, it is connected to the HV. Okay. So the main components showing is your BR0, that is called as a bridge for the VM traffic. And here on the left side, it is showing us the VNet one, that is the virtual network connectivity from the controller VMs through the Ethernet to the AHV. And Verbro 0, it's kind of a Linux bridge, because the controller VMs and AHV both runs on the kernel KVM, and they uses the Verbro 0 as a protocol to makes the communications. So the controller VMs and the HV does the internal communications, and bridge up 0 is the uplink that to the physical NICs of the HV. And this is Linux bridge, as I said, and this would be for the internal management bridge for the HV host services not used by the virtual machines and or for the production traffic. And this provides the internal communication offers for the NAT DSCP on the host. And when we say like ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, ETH3 are my physical, right, physical links, and these are mapped to the uplinks in the OVS switch. Okay, typically used in the redundancy, and this would be used for the bonding purposes. So in Nutanix environment, we have different types of the bondings. We have active passive, active with max spinning. Okay, in most of the environments where it would be an active, which we would call as LSCP, the link aggregation control protocol, and active passive would be there in some sort of the DR setups. Switches 1 and 2 provides the redundancy active backup or LSE, as I said, and OBB management net used for the outbound of management IPMI host. So this is your IPMI, which would be used for the ILO console. This will be usually like 1 gig, because there is just to manage the physical appliances. But here, these things would be used for your 10 gig ports and 25 gig ports for the user VM data traffic for the storage traffic. So when we're talking about the flow, the user VM, right? passes through the tap interface and to the bridge 0 as a uplink bond bridge up and to the physical ethernets on the physical switches. Okay, the same way the CVM traffic will flow over to the ethernets, which was called as ETH0 and ETH1, and ETH0 will force to the open virtual switch VNet 0, and the similar fashion the ethernet will be passing over to the VNet and connectivity to the HV internal communication, as I said earlier. Okay. And these are again, it's connected into the two different switches, like physical switch 1 and physical switch 2, and we will configure in a such a way there is a redundancy at the Nutanix hardware side as well as at the physical sides, calling is the primary and secondary. And that way, like if one uplink is just like kind of a down, the another uplink will take care of the HV during the failure of the NIC cards. In similar fashion, we'll have redundancy at the physical switches layer. Switches you can use in the market, there are Dell switches, Arista switches are there, Juniper switches are there, so they will do the configurations primary and secondary at the switches level as well as at the OVS level. So this is kind of the general kind of the basic kind of the architecture. I just want to put to you across the audience so that they can have just the kind of the understanding on the HV and the Nutanix platforms. So how the internal bonding and OVS switching is connected, and how the communications and overall. And if you just see this 10 gig GBP active, where it is a green line, it is connecting with the 10 gig sports, and we say is a dotted line, that is called as a backup. So this setup is just like an active backup they have used, and where we will use the GB or more, like 40, there it is kind of blue line. Okay, so all these things is a part of my kind of a session, which I want to put it further for the just for the kind of the information and the knowledge sharing on that. If anybody is again like interested to learn across on the Nutanix and into the detail into the administration course, please do reach out to me, and and I'm happy to take up the courses and the kind of the trainings on that, and we do for the NCP MCI, right, courses, and the detailed training includes the overall like the real time trainings, kind of the issues and troubleshootings and configurations, implementations, and all those things would be included, and it will be shared into the more detail. So just contact, right, at this number, right. So it is plus 91. And this is my like what's email address, cloudinit16@gmail.com, and the WhatsApp me for the connection 917893812813, and then I'll be get in touch with you. Thank you for your time to watching this video. Just subscribe, like button, and just comments. That would be help me to put it for further more contents into this, which will be helpful. Okay, thank you so much.